Ahí sabe, ya sabe.
Hello for everyone. My name is Susan Lanza, and we are the group number 2. And today we are talking about learning and teaching strategies and culture strategies about our experiences as students in the past. In this case, we have here to Stephanie and Odette, and we can start about this conversation. I think that it's really important to enroll to students to learn correctly. And I think that teaching and learning strategies can be a good way to make a correctly class. I remember when I was 16 years, and in one class, especially in science, I remember a class with a experiment, scientific experiment, and I think that this class is very important to our learning process. And I remember that I don't like that class, but the teacher have really good strategies to motivate to the students to like this class. Maybe the attitude to this teacher don't be the correct, but I think that strategies can be a good way to create motivation, create security, create confidence, create I don't know, maybe helping to increase in the class, increase the level or academic level in the class, because I don't like, really I don't like the class of science or physics or make relations with science. I don't like it. But with this teacher or with this in this case this professor, I think that the class can be a good class for me, because I remember that when I was a teenager, only the class with languages I liked me, but actually only the class with the Spanish and English classes or Italian classes. But science I don't like it. But with this teacher, I learned very well. I learned about the science, about the numbers, about the code phrases, the code or make experiments, and I really like it. And I think that the strategies can be an important way to teach and an important tool at the moment to teach a topic or a content. And this teacher can be the bad teacher about the personality, about the way to speak with the students. But if this teacher have or has the good strategies or the correct strategies to teach, this class can be fun and this class can be really nice. So about culture, I think the culture involve moral values, involve um, thinking, involve feelings, involve art. And I think in these culture values or culture strategies can be association with didactic and pedagogy, because we need to involve the students with the society and involve the students with our culture, in this case with Honduran culture, sorry. And this is my opinion in this moment about the teaching and learning strategies. I think that teacher needs, all the teachers in all the schools need to involve the students with the culture to our country, for example, or with the culture to another country. In this, with our case, with an American country, an American cultures, or another country like France, French culture, like Italian culture. But I think in the didactic or the pedagogy class, culture culture or reflect about moral values, maybe. So this is my opinion. I don't know if somebody else may talk. Stephanie?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Susan. Thank you. Okay. I continue with the topic for my partner, Susan, and I'm talking about for the teaching and learning strategy. So, in the teaching and learning strategy, it's an interesting topic for to learn because I have a lot of. In this class, I learned to the different strategy. In this day, I learned a totally different strategy. And think, for example, how any control further and a know for developing language, expressing the confidence and motivation in the learning process. So the teacher are encouraged to choose appropriate technique. So the teacher, every teacher have a different technique, right? But I think is I want, for example, you prefer, you can say, okay, I really like this class because the strategy for this teacher is amazing and I feel good and I have a more confident, you can see that. And for this is a different technique for the teacher, right? So in the teacher, you can see in the student and teach, then it's understand to learn the strategy and to improve your level. For example, if you have a confidence with a teacher, you can you can talk with this if it's okay. If you have a mistake, it's okay because the teacher is to explain it. And this is a different because if the teacher is if you have a question and the teacher always no, it's a mistake or is the attitude about the teacher that confidence. So you can see I know a little about the topic in this moment because in this moment I know a little, but with this class I learned a lot about this and I see it's important and you can put that into the practice in my learning. And I to understand the topic and I have put the practice everything in the learning. So about the cultural strategy. I think the cultural strategy is a very important. For example, if you remember when you at the school or the high school, and the difference is not only the culture for the other country, it's the culture for the same country with a different environment. You remember in the school, okay, this is the I don't know what is that is in English the word, but it's an activity, and the activity is about the department. In this way, I have this department, and to make the activity and the food for the department, and this is a good activity for the culture, right? Or the culture, for example, at the university, and I see, for example, the the person the people at the university that study to study in French. You can see the francophonie. This is a different and this you can see okay, this is this place and this place and I have a different culture and the food is different and you can learn about the other countries. And it's the same if you learn in this country, but a lot because I have a different thing in the department, right? And this is very important to learn the student what is important the culture because the culture if of your country in the culture is identified too and identify that person. So about the strategy in this moment I learned a lot about this because this topic is for to help me in my career and my professional because all the thing in this moment is important because if you have in the future I have to be a teacher, right? And you can say, I remember this topic in the learning activity, or you can say, okay, I remember this activity and I can implement this activity in my so I think the strategy is the best is one of the best important topic for to learn and to learn well because I think is for to help a lot of. If you have a good activities in your class, I was amazing. And the student love, and the student always, yes, the teacher is amazing, in the class is amazing, and you learn more. So excellent. And thank you. I continue my part. It's all for me.
Hello, everyone. Um, My name is Odette. I have the same opinion that Stephanie. The strategies and the techniques for teaching are important because the student need to learn more quickly sometimes, and not all the students have the same how do you say, the same experience learning, because have different maybe some students are are very shy, and some students are very oh yeah, how do you say, um
Active,
uh
active.
active, okay, active, and the students didn't pay attention. And you need to be a good strategy as a teacher, because all the students need to learn at the same time, and need to be a good student, because you, if you are a good teacher, will be a good student, no? And I think the culture is important too, because you need to know about our country first, and then you know about the other country. For example, in this career, in the culture and civilization class, I have some expositions about countries, and you know about the different cultures and custom, heritage, in these countries. And I think it's a good idea in the career, because the students walk around the buildings and see the exposition in the curiosity, and then they go and see the exposition. I think this is a good point to teach in the students for learn. And first, I think it's important to know all about our country, because when you go to another country, you need to say, "Ah, in my country have these customs." Um, I think all the students in the school see the basically history about our country, Honduras, and they learn a little bit. But when you go to another country, you really say, "Oh, I didn't know all of my country," because you didn't go and know all around all the place in our country, and you know about all of another countries, but your country you don't know anything. And in this homework, the last homework, I learned a lot of, because I never teach children's or another students, and I learn a lot, a lot of, and I think it's important to know all the strategies and techniques to teach another. I think that.
Okay, so excellent, everyone, and thank you so much.
See you.